Today I'm going to be talking about how I recently got into yoga. From my last video, a lot of you guys were asking me if I was self-taught, if I had a teacher, and just how I have practiced and progressed. So I've done yoga on and off for a few years. I used to go to classes when we lived in Tucson. There was a yoga studio just down the road from where our apartment was, so I used to go there and I really loved it. But it was expensive. I didn't have a lot of motivation to go. I was kind of more into cycling at that time, and I was really trying to lose the last bit of body weight that I had, so I didn't really think that yoga was going to help me. I always just kind of thought it was for flexibility, it was for stretching, and it's so much more than that. And then ever since we moved, I've been doing yoga a little bit on and off, but I'd say at the beginning of this year, I kind of dedicated this year to myself. So I just said, like, this year is going to be a year of self-discovery for me. I want to reconnect with myself. I want to find who I truly am and embrace it, because I've just been through so much stuff in my life. I had struggled with body dysmorphia last year, and I feel like I had this huge metamorphosis over the last few years of losing all the weight and having like just so many people look up to me. I really wanted to figure out who I was and at my core, because not only for myself, but because I didn't want to be promoting a message to people that wasn't genuine. So I dedicated this year to myself. I've also had a lot of other opportunities come up, which you guys will see when I go to Costa Rica, to explore myself further and to heal myself from a lot of my past. So with that being said, this year I slowly started doing yoga again. So I would start doing it like every few days. I would do a practice, and usually I just do them at home. There is this really great app that I use that I'm not sponsored by or anything. I pay $3 a month, I think, for this app. It's called Yoga Studio, and they have a bunch of classes on there. One of the things that I found that I don't really like doing is following classes. I do like following them sometimes. I'll do classes on this app, or I will follow Boho Beautiful's classes here on YouTube, which she's amazing. I love her classes. They're so calming and relaxing and just full of positivity. So I'll do that sometimes, but I really prefer to practice by myself and kind of, you know, do a little meditation in the beginning of my practices and just figure out like where I really want to work that day. Sometimes it's on my hips, like my hips are really tight. Sometimes I really want to open up my chest a lot, and sometimes it's other areas of my body. Sometimes I'm just like, I want to have fun. I want to do headstands and handstands and work on that, which I actually probably do inversions every day, because back in the day when I was a little kid, my favorite thing to do was go in the backyard and do handstands and front walkovers and headstands and walk on my hands, and I was really good at it. So I think a lot of my balance still is there because I just have that brain memory of how to do that. So I found that I just really like to do whatever I feel that day. So I've learned a lot of poses on my own, and I will use the Yoga Studio app there's a little section in there where you can just go to poses and look at them and just practice the poses by yourself. They have a step-by-step kind of written out description on how to do each pose. So I'll just look at the poses and then read about them and then just try them out. And I like doing it that way better because some of the yoga tutorials move really quickly, and other than the yin yoga, which I feel like I'm always doing yin yoga because I really like to do a pose for a minute or 2 minutes or even longer and really practice that pose over and over and over again until I kind of get it down. So in a sense, it's kind of been a challenge to learn these poses by myself. But I also started going to a gym in town. It's a different gym than I used to go to, and they actually do yoga there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I probably go once or twice a week, and just to, you know, kind of get a good foundation down with an instructor there and someone that you can ask questions and learn from. kind of how to flow a yoga class or a yoga practice. So I do that and I enjoy doing that. It's super fun and it's cool to be in a yoga class. Like, I think the biggest thing about yoga is that it's not just about flexibility or balance or stretching your body. It's really about, it's an entire philosophy for your life to center you and reconnect you with yourself, reconnect you with your breath. It's really about breathing a lot and focusing on your breath. So yoga is really, to me, like a meditation, and that's what I really love about it. It's more of a study of yoga and not just like an exercise. Like, I don't think of it as exercise. And I started going to the gym again to do weightlifting just for the sole fact that I could get stronger so that I could do yoga, so that I can be better at yoga. Because when I first started practicing really consistently, so every single day, like, I couldn't even do a push-up, you guys. That's how weak I was. It's very important to build the muscles that are necessary, which is every muscle in your body is necessary for yoga, but it's really important. So I just started going to the gym to kind of supplement that. And instead of doing like booty workouts all the time like I used to do, I'll do like shoulder presses and shoulder workouts, like a hardcore 5-circuit shoulder workout or a back workout. Or I've been focusing a lot on my core, so like core workouts, which I can share these with you guys if you want as well. The core workout I just do at home. And yeah, I've just basically been learning as much as I can. There's one book that I really recommend that everybody who wants to do yoga gets. It's called A Life Worth Breathing by Max Strom. And it's so much more than a book. It's like such an amazing, well-written book. But it's not really about just yoga. It's about breath work. It's about healing yourself. It's about every aspect of your life that contributes to your well-being and also the well-being of other people. So it talks about non-judgment and acceptance and letting go of the past and how to overcome fears and all these types of things. So it's just a really amazing book. It basically just focuses on yoga, meditation, and breath work. So Derek and I have started doing breath work. He does it a few times a day, I think. I don't really do it in the morning, which I want to start, but I haven't been doing it in the morning just because I feel like yoga is such a breath work kind of pattern. Like, yoga goes with your breath a lot, so you're breathing in and you're breathing out and you're focusing on your breath a lot. And at this point, I mean, I've been doing yoga for a long time, so maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours some days I'm doing yoga. And it's just been so great for me because my whole life, like, I've done stuff for a specific reason, you know, to change my body or to get more toned or to look a certain way. And it's been all these reasons on the outside, whereas yoga, it's like, I want to reconnect with myself. I want to focus on my breath. I want to meditate. I want to, you know, release emotions within my body, which you can do with breath work and with yoga. When you're in a yoga pose, a lot of yoga teachers will say, like, let go of fear, let go of negativity. And you can really let go of those things just by doing a yoga pose and focusing on your breath. So to me, it's so much more than just being able to do like a cool pose or to be flexible. I've really enjoyed practicing it every day. So I guess if I had to give you guys a few tips, I would say learn as much as you can and really focus on the foundation of yoga, from an aspect of not just balancing your body and giving you more flexibility, but balancing your life and giving you more flexibility in your life, and being more open to things and being more forgiving of things and understanding, and not just with yourself but also with other people. And another thing that I would say is find a really good book. So the Max Strom book I would recommend to really just read and kind of help you understand and ignite a fire within you that makes you really passionate about it, because I feel like you can't really just do a little bit of yoga. I mean, you can. It's not that you have to do yoga for 5 hours every day, but I think a big part of it is doing yoga every day. So whether it is 5 minutes or it is 5 hours, just to be there on your mat every day and to give yourself that time every day to be with yourself and to meditate and focus on your breath and challenge yourself, because yoga is challenging. It's not easy. Like, I know I would look at Instagram and I'd see all these yogis doing poses and stuff. I'm like, that doesn't look that hard. And I would go try it and I would be like, this is so hard. It is so much harder than it looks. And that's the beauty of it. It's like you start where you are and you get to progress with yourself in your practice. And it's beautiful because you don't have to compare yourself to other people or anything like that. You know where you are, and that's where you are. You're exactly where you need to be. I guess the last thing that I would say is either find one of those big yoga pose mats or books that shows you every pose, or get an app like the one that I have, what is it called? Yoga Studio, and just so that you can learn the poses on your own, and then figure out whatever kind of rhythm you like. If you like going to yoga classes, go to yoga classes. If you like doing it by yourself, do it by yourself. But I do think that it is kind of important to go to a yoga class maybe once a week or so, just to really build that strong foundation and learn how to do things properly, because there's a lot of things at home that I do and then I go to yoga class and I'm like, wow, I was doing that totally wrong. So it is important to learn from someone who's certified, an instructor, but it's not like you have to do it every day with an instructor. It's just more to refine your practice and learn how to do things properly so that you don't injure yourself. And yeah, that's how I got started with yoga. I am so into it now. Like, I just love it. I want to share with everyone, and I do it every day now. And it's really changed my life in so many ways. And that's probably a whole nother video, because this video is getting kind of long. But yeah, it's amazing. And I love it. And if you've ever had an inkling to do yoga, I would highly recommend it. And just, like I said, start where you are. Don't compare yourself to other people. It's gonna take you a long time to get to the yogis on Instagram level. Like, a lot of those people have been practicing for 10, 20 years. So just know that it's your practice and it's beautiful the way that it is. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments box below, and I can answer them for you down there. And I'll see you guys on the next video.